Hey guys, I'm Keke Palmer. I'm an actress, singer, dancer, host, producer, entertainer. I'm gonna be opening up my little black book and introducing you to some very important people and pretty much showing you some behind the scenes of my world. Subscribe to the Bazaar channel so you don't miss an episode. Typical day for me would be, waking up around like 5, working out, heading to set for Stray Hand Sarah and Keke at about 6:30, getting there about 6:45, doing hair and makeup and some prepping with producers in my dressing room until about 8:45, where I go and do a GMA tease for our show. And then after that, I do like another producers meeting at around like 9:10, and then head out to do the show at about 9:45, 10 a.m. Then the show lasts for about an hour or so. We go into the audience, and we always, try to make time for our audience, take pictures. So I pretty much leave at about like 11:30, 12. And then after that, there are like a bunch of miscellaneous things that I may or may not have to do, where maybe I have a shoot with Bazaar, or I, have a phone call that I have to make, or, another meeting. And so that kind of changes, but, it's always the show every morning now, Monday through Thursday.
We wanted to start talking about what to do for Michael, because he's going to be lonely, when I take my maternity leave. And when Michael was traveling a few months back, I had the best time with one of our guest hosts.
And you are talking about Keke Palmer.
It's so interesting how I started doing Stray Hand Sarah and Keke, or SSK. When I was 20, I hosted a talk show of my own called Just Keke. And, I started the development of that show when I was about 18. I never necessarily saw, me doing a show like Stray Hand Sarah and Keke in the future. I just knew that that was going to be the beginning of a whole new aspect of creativity for me. Initially, I came on as a guest, and then after that, they were like, Sarah, gonna go on maternity leave soon. Would you be interested in guest hosting? And I was like, okay, guest hosting, like, why not? I mean, I love hosting. It'd be cool to get back into that again. I hadn't done it in a while. And so eventually, they asked me if I wanted to come on and really be a full-time part of the show. And I was like,
we love Keke because she stepped up to the plate and joined our family and carried the ball. Yeah. I'll use a football term for you. And so we thought we'd do something really special for you. Are you ready?
Yeah. I was born August 26th, and August 26th was the day that I actually became a part of Stray Hand Sarah and Keke officially. And I knew that I was, gonna be a part of the show at some point, and it's kind of we've been talking about it, but I didn't know when or how it was going to happen.
Here, look right here and push this button.
Okay.
There we go. She pushed the button. What happens?
Keep watching.
Yeah!
When they had me press that button and, it's like, boom, the name changed, I was just like, no, stop. And I was trying so bad to hold back tears because I'm not a pretty crier. When I cry, I'm like, so I was trying so hard to, remain calm. But more than anything, what was so special is they had everybody that's so important to me a part of it. My mom was there, my sister was there, my friends, my close friends were there. And everybody that has seen my journey as a young entertainer, from acting, music, hosting, and all those things, for them to see and be there for this moment, I was very grateful. And to me, it was so thoughtful of them to have them there.
All right. Hi.
I'm excited yet nervous for you guys to meet Rory, but it'll be a hoot for sure.
Excited to do this. Looking good, Phil. Billy, how are you? My name is Rory Albanese. I'm the executive producer of Stray Hand Sarah and Keke, which is the 3rd hour of GMA. My job here is basically to oversee and manage the staff of the show and the creative content on the show, and I also work very closely with all 3 hosts, both Stray Hand Sarah and Keke.
Our relationship over the course of things has been really interesting because, again, I never necessarily saw myself doing a daytime talk show. I didn't know what that would mean or what the format is. And with him, he's always embracing that side of me and wants me to always know that there isn't a fine structure of lines or things that I have to try to fit myself in. The point is, be Keke. They allow me to be real, and that's what they love and respect about me.
I avoided him like the plague. And then he eventually tried to force hello and everything like that. And I was like, but it was very...
I looked at this whole thing almost like casting a sitcom, which is just about getting different energies on the couch and having different perspectives. And I felt like she brought a different perspective that you don't really see too much in daytime. And she's crazy talented. I mean, she can do a lot of things.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better.
A favorite moment for me has to be Kiki singing on our Christmas show. That's one of those moments where she's singing and everyone in the studio is just kind of looking around like, this is insane, how incredible she is. And that to me was a moment, like that Christmas show. I mean, it helped that we had a vacation coming up right after it, so we were all like in a kind of a good mood, but it's an amazing performance.
Merry Christmas to all. I will say that Michael and Sarah both show who they are on TV, so everything that you think is probably what you already know. Michael is extremely goofy. He's a lot of fun to be around. He's kind of like a big kid. And then Sarah, I think what's really cool about Sarah is also her trajectory as a host, and that she not only has, you know, the skill to be on camera, but she also has a lot of history as being a producer. She's just really smart, so I love being able to be around that too.
For me, this show, I think the most interesting part is definitely the people. Like, I've never worked with 3 hosts before, and the 3 of them are so fun, and they all legitimately love each other, which is a big deal. That, to me, is what makes this thing so special, is the chemistry between the 3 hosts and the staff.
Oh my gosh, a typical scene in my dressing room is like a gag on top of gag on top of gags. Like literally, we're talking about everything. We're talking about, you know, Love Island. We're talking about, you know, friendships. We're talking about how we feel this morning. We just talk about so many different things, and I'm very happy to have the glam team that I have. And just the team that I have in general. They make every day worthwhile, and I know even if I'm not in a good mood, they understand and they accept me for who I am. And I think it's very important, especially when you're doing something every single day with people. You want to make sure it's people that support you, understand you, and love you. And I think that that's what we have together. So we laughing, we crying, but mostly we cracking jokes on each other.